Science communication is the act of taking ordinary scientific information and transforming it into something different, which is understandable and interesting to everyone. For example, science-related movies, podcasts, performances, print media, and many others. The movie you're about to watch was produced by students studying science communication at the University of Western Australia.
My name is Alex and I'm studying a PhD and a Masters in Psychology at UWA. So my PhD means I'm going to write one of these big books. That's part of my research where I'm studying intelligence in children. And my Masters is a degree where I'm learning to be a clinical psychologist for children. My research is looking at how intelligence develops in children and also how inhibition develops in children. And when we're talking about inhibition, we're talking about a kid stopping themselves from doing something which they initially go to do. So it might be, with really young children, if you put something that they want in front of them, like a lolly, and how long they can stop themselves from taking that lolly. So one thing I'm trying to develop with my research is a device which will let us track where someone's looking on the screen with their eyes. And the reason I'm trying to do that is because it's really hard to inhibit where your eyes are looking. So if something moves in one direction, you want to follow that with your eyes, and it's really hard to look in the other direction. So we're going to use that as a measure of inhibition, and we've developed a system to track someone's eyes beforehand. So my greatest experience so far as a researcher has definitely been doing Project Kids. Project Kids is something we run during the school holidays, and we get children in from around the ages 7 to 11, and over the school holidays they come in for 2 days at a time. And we do this for 2 weeks, so we see 120 kids over the 2 weeks. And we also have all sorts of prizes through the day and competitions like colouring competitions. They get to make all sorts of things they can take home. And little things like when we're walking around the corridors, we have themes for the corridors. So we have the corridor of silly walks where things like this have to be done. And we also have the corridor of silence where you have to walk really, really quietly, like this. So some of the things that we do during Project Kids, we do a whole lot of measures of intelligence and of different abilities that kids have. So they might have strengths in how many words they know or in their ability to manipulate spatial things in their head. But we also take measures of what's happening inside their brain. So using things like this, which is called an EEG, we can put this cap on their head like this, and it looks very sexy and the kids love it. And then we get all these wires here and attach all of these wires up to the little bits on the head here. And that allows us to actually pick up electrical activity off the brain. So we get an idea of what's going on within the brain. Ultimately, my research is going to be a bit of a building block towards one of the really big questions in psychology, which is what is intelligence and what makes one person more intelligent than another person. So if I can contribute to that question in any way with my research, that would be really great, and hopefully I can.